Peter Wright already through to the semi-finals here. The first ever World Series of Darts finals being staged in Glasgow. Looked like he's playing Phil Taylor, 8-2 up. Looking very, very comfortable against Stephen Bunting. Still to come, Adrian Lewis and Terry Jenkins, who ruined the party for the Partisans Scottish crowd, beating Gary Anderson in a deciding leg on Saturday night. And then Van Barneveld against Van Gerwen. And here goes Bunting, looking to get, well, I would imagine at least another 2 or 3 legs on the board, but it'll be difficult against Taylor, averaging 108.3 rather, and 60% on the doubles.
Yeah, and strangely enough as well, every single leg in the match has been 15 darts or less, so if you're throwing second, you've got to have a 12 darter. It just shows you the standard that Phil Taylor is playing at. And he's been playing at this standard and losing games. We've seen that Premier League last year against Barneveld, 116 and lost. Incredible, 58. Really. Sometimes stats can lie. There we see 7, 13 to 15. Good standard.
100.
Can he keep it going all day? Can he win a title?
Well, that's what he's desperately trying to do. A few players who will have two things to say about that. Semi-finals, by the way, and the final later are best of 21, first to 11. £30,000 for the first winner. And of course, the World Series will be back, bigger and better. Maybe even 6 events next year around the globe.
Well, it's only going to get bigger, isn't it?
100.
Global darts. Yeah, it's certainly got the potential, taking it around the world.
60.
A lot of these nations as well have seen the PDC darts on TV, and they want a piece of it.
Yeah.
And you can see why.
So double 15 for Bunting.
95.
Long way off with that one.
108.
So he went the right way. Had all the open bed of the treble 20 to go for. Should stay there. So Bunting returns.
56. Stephen, you require
15. This will be the first leg that will be won in more than 15 darts. Double 6. And a third leg for Stephen Bunting.
12 ruggies filled to third first. Game on.
He's actually done okay, you know, since the first break. It's 3 legs apiece. But going 5-0 down against Taylor gives you very little chance of coming back.
Yeah, too much damage. Very difficult to come back from 5-0 down against anybody really in the professional game, but when you're 5-0 down against some averaging 107, very, very difficult.
100.
Staying down on the 19s.
58.
So Bunting will be thinking here, just try and get a few big scores together and give myself another opportunity to take a leg. He's not thinking about anything else further than that
100.
At this moment in time, and he doesn't need to. Just take it one leg at a time. He's been playing badly, as we've said.
60.
Yeah, say 3 all the last 6 legs. And don't forget, in the 4th leg, he was on a 10-darter and missed 3 darts to win it. So, yeah, he's done okay, but
81.
Taylor, as we mentioned, so far just been too good.
Very big scoring. Pretty good on the doubles as well. 8 out of 13 is incredible, really.
100.
Around 2 out of 3. As you see there. So he's got the scoring. He's got the finishing. Downstairs.
42.
Yeah, made a mess of that, didn't he?
Just took too long, didn't he? So hasn't left himself a finish.
97.
Well, the crowd's woken up. A few Phil Taylor fans singing for their hero. Didn't go down too well in the audience.
Double 16 to go within a leg of victory. 4 out of 5 on double 16. It was double 16 and double 8 that cost him dearly at the World Championship final. And it was double 16 and double 8 that cost him in the Grand Slam final a week ago. But Gary Anderson and Michael van Gerwen, worthy winners in the end.
Well, it's probably finishing as well because he's got no negative thoughts there. Everything's going just as he would plan.
100.
Scoring well, finishing well. Got a big lead. Only needs one more leg. It's just nothing to worry about.
93.
Everything going for Taylor. Looking good.
120.
120 with one on the floor.
Didn't even blink when that dart fell onto the hockey. Bunting didn't blink then. 5 182s for him.
Yeah, he's looked good on occasions, hasn't he, Stephen? Just not done it consistently through the match. Certainly some good signs from there. A lot of things he can take away from this tournament, from the way he's playing at the moment.
99.
World Championships coming up, obviously. Players' Championship next weekend. And then the new season. Q School in January. Looking forward to that. That'll be open either this weekend or Monday. All the potentials.
Double 16 for another leg for Bunting.
38. Philip 103.
How often have we seen Taylor win the match with a ton plus finish? Tops to win it. In some style. Phil Taylor totally dominant against Stephen Bunting. An average of 104, 67% checkout success rate, 10 out of 15. That's phenomenal. And Taylor will play Peter Wright in the semi-finals tonight here in Glasgow. Taylor wins 10-3. Coming up is Adrian Lewis against Terry Jenkins.
Taylor has once again defied the boos in Glasgow to reach the semis of the World Series finals. He was in dominant form to see off the number 8 seed Stephen Bunting 10-3. Well, Taylor averaged 104. He hit a 103 checkout to win the match, averaging 67% on his double attempts to make it 7 wins in 9 meetings between the two of them. And the pair will meet Peter Wright in the first semi-final this evening. And Phil's going to reflect on that victory now with Ned Bunting.
Yeah, he is actually, and reflecting on another really, confident, controlled Phil Taylor performance. But you were just saying to give Stephen Bunting credit, he stayed in the game, didn't he?
I'll always give players a credit. I'll never run a player down. Everybody goes out there, tries the best. Obviously, it was. I think the 5-0 did him a little bit because he left a double after 9, then missed it, and then he missed a 9-darter as well. I mean, he just said to him, you're not giving up. He's a good player, good lad as well. Do you know what I mean? I think maybe the next 3 or 4 months, you know, watch him out for the Worlds, I think, because he's got his head on.
Now listen, tell us about the darts tweaking that's been going on, because I gather you borrowed a pair of scissors when you got to the venue today, and you had a little snip on some of the flight. No, what was that all about? What was the scissors for?
No, I haven't got no scissors. I did it the other day because I'm noticing I always study different players, and I noticed Gary Anderson's very straight, and Yellow Klassen's very straight, Michael's very straight, and I was just pulling my dart to the side a little bit, get my scissors out, and just snip a little bit off the fly, just make it a little bit shorter. And they just click for me, and that's what I do. I'm always tweaking.
So what, I mean, just explain to people who wouldn't understand what that has.
Yeah,
but what, taking a little bit off the flight, that would imply to the layman that makes it less stable in the air, and it probably exaggerates the opposite.
Well, I don't know, because what happened was I just thought I'll just cut a little bit off the bottom, make it a bit flatter, and then me and Christopher got on the dartboard, and I was banging the 180s, and I'm thinking, this is all right. This is exactly what I need. So instead of just pulling it to the side, I'm beginning to throw direct, and that's what the other players are doing. That's what the likes of Gary's doing, and you know, and Adrian's doing, and James Wade's doing, and Michael's doing. So you've got to move on with the, you know, you've got to move with the times. If you can't beat them, join them. You've got to, you know, try every little trick in the book if you can to improve, and that's what I've done. And Gary Plummer, bless him, from Target. I mean, he's straight away, he's made me probably 1,000 sets. That's what he's like. You know, he'll go out and buy a new pair of scissors straight away, and he'll be there cutting them now. He's like my little Oompa Loompa. He does, honestly. He's so good for me. It's fantastic.
Good stuff. You've got a few hours off, and then you're back in action against one Peter Wright.
About 2 hours off, yeah. Then back on the practice board. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Always looking for the edge, Phil Taylor against Peter Wright in our first semi-final this evening. And still to come is a double Dutch affair between Mighty Mike and Barney. But up next, it's the only non-seed left in the tournament, Terry Jenkins against number 2 seed Adrian Lewis. So let's get the players out. John McDonald will have them out on the stage in a minute when they're ready.